Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rupali Gupta, a small town with big dream. 2 days ago, I went for the Amazon interview, and it was a wonderful experience for me because in my life I did not see such kinds of environment and the office as well. It was the gorgeous. Yeah, I will also attach the video of the scene because it was my first time I went for the Amazon interview, and I saw such kinds of scene, and it's looked like, oh my god, I went I think I came for the tour with my few friends, okay, but I went alone. I'm going to talk about the Amazon interview process, each and everything when I went for the interview, what kinds of experience which I got to know. In this video, I'm going to articulate each and everything about my interview experience, what the questions HR asked to me, and how many candidate went for the interview, and based on the experience and what type of candidate got selected for the next round or the assessment round, interview rounds, how many rounds happened, HR round, HR what kinds of cross question HR asked to another candidate and me as well. Okay, for this video, if you want to know, for this sorry for this video you will got lot of information, real information what I experienced during the interview. Okay, I went for the interview for continuously 2 days. 30 of July I went. It was, I got bit late. The timing was 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. But there was two interview. The first interview which I already attended, it was another interview. If you want, I can also make a separate video what interview which I attended before the Amazon interview. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the first interview. I'm going to talk about the Amazon interview. So I went. The 30th of July was the interview. I went. It was walk-in interview. I went there. There was 4 to 500 candidate. Approx not 2 to 300 candidate. I was asking to HR. Amazon is conducting the interview. It is a right place. So you were saying yes, but you have to come tomorrow because the candidate is already full. There is no space in outside. You can sit. There's the full. The chair is already full, ma'am. I'm requesting you have to come tomorrow to attend the interview. And I asked I guard what the timing where I can come for the interview. Was saying 8 a.m. Okay, you have to come 8 a.m. Then the next morning I went to the venue at 8:30. HR told me, ma'am, you have to come 8 a.m. And I went 8:30. Okay, so I saw, oh my god, 300 to 400 candidate for the Amazon interview. I was very shocked. Oh my god, and everyone was well experienced. And someone have the customer service experience, someone have 2 to 3 year experience, someone fresher. Mostly candidate was experience. So HR, guard say you have to make 10-10 prayer. And firstly I waited half an hour, and then HR say you have to make 10-10 prayer and then go in the office. So everyone make 10-10 print. It was my turn. Then HR told me just stop. I was saying, oh my god, what happened with me? Why HR told me you have to stop? Say, ma'am, you have to make the six prayer, 6 लोग का prayer बना के आप जो. I was saying, okay, okay. So then I registered myself, interview date, and my name and contact number. It's a formality which I completed, and then I went for the Amazon cafeteria. Oh my god, cafeteria was like, okay, what a wonderful experience. Means I got selected, rejected is another matter, but what kinds of experience which I got, what kinds of scene which I saw, it was a memorable. Yeah, it was wonderful. I did not notice in my whole life such kinds of office. Okay, I went for a cafeteria. Guards, you have to wait there. There was 16 to 17 candidate, 60 70 candidate. So everyone waited. There was a row of the chair, 10 8 to 9 chair. एंड देन देखते ही देखते भीड़ बढ़ती जा रही थी. वो सेइंग कि सारे कॉर्पोरेट के एम्प्लॉय आज अमेजोन के इंटरव्यू देने ही आ गए क्या. आई वाज थिंकिंग. देन HR के, okay, he was saying you have to make the 5 10 to prayer, 10 prayer, and then come with me. Then I shifted to in another room. There was, okay, there was 15 to 16 candidate who shifted in another room. Then HR collected CV to everyone. You have to submit your CV. Then I went and I submitted the CV, and HR introduced themselves. I'm HR and all. Okay, It was normal formality. And before starting the interview, he was saying if someone is not comfortable in night shift, they can leave for the day. The second question was someone is already applied for the online and offline assessment and who did not complete the 180 days, they can also leave for the day because there is a cooling period. After applying the Amazon, there is a cooling period for 6 months. You couldn't apply it again. Two to three candidate went outside. Okay. And then the third question was someone, there's a proper night shift, doesn't matter you are girls and boys, they have, it is an international process. So proper night shift, if someone is not comfortable in night shift, they can also leave for the day. And there were 3 to 4, especially girls, they went. She was saying I'm not comfortable in night shift. Along with that, HR asked the four question, which was someone is not, there's a cap allowance which is 4,000. I will provide a cap. If you are not want to take, then I will provide the 4,000. Okay, meal allowance, cap allowance. So one boy, he raised the hand, he was saying I don't want to take the cap. I want 4,000, I can manage my own vehicle. HR was saying okay, not an issue, you can manage your own vehicle, you can come. Okay. So the HR start to ask the question. HR asked a very simple, very simple question. Everyone, that question was introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, it's all right. How you are introducing yourself, it's a matter a lot. You know what? There was 15 to 16 candidate, 8 to 9 candidate who already went out because someone applied for 2 to 3 days ago and she got rejected mail, and someone is not comfortable in a night shift. She also went out. Someone is not comfortable in a, what would I say, okay, night shift I would say. Okay. So 8 to 9 candidate went out. So HR started to ask the question. They gathered a CV, ask question like introduce yourself one by one, one by one. You have to introduce. There's a 3 to 30 to 35 candidate. You have to stand in your place and you have to introduce yourself. 30 to 35 candidate. They are also checking your public skills. So it, everyone introduced. Well, it was my turn, and HR asked Rupali Gupta. I mentioned in my resume I worked as an IC officer with Nagarpalika. So I introduced well about my work experience, my profile, and all. See, he asked cross question to me. I'm not a special one. He asked cross question to me. Who given the introduction? They also asked the cross question. For example, someone said I love to, my introduction, my name is this is a work experience, and I love to play cricket. Then HR asked a question, why you love cricket, why you love to play cricket. The second question was, who's your favorite cricketer. Okay. And it was my turn. HR asked to me, introduce yourself and all, why you like to do workout. Okay, then I give an answer. Means here my question is, my, whenever you are trying to give the answer, you have to be very calm. HR, they are not going to ask the rocket science of question. Even I also noticed the candidate while speaking they started to shivering, and they are pronouncing the word very well and they have the capability to speak. But while speaking, there's a 30 to 35 candidate. If you are taking the interview personally, back to back question, if you are asking at the same time, the same candidate, they are able to give the answer, you know very well. So कैंडिडेट स्टार्टेड टू सिवरिंग यार पब्लिक स्पीकिंग इतने लोगों के साथ बोलना तो so it was my turn. I asked the question to me. They did not check the cross question, means why you love. They asked only introduce yourself. One to two questions he asked me. Work experience, where are you from. This and he there was some word. The HR, they have some doubt, they have some MTI issue. Unfortunately, I have some MTI issue. So there was some word. The word was shoe, selection, compulsion, pleasure, measure. You have to pronounce the word correctly without taking any pause. No, you have to take the pause with right pronunciation, with right articulation. You have to articulate, you have to read the word out loud. There was whiteboard and 5 to 6 word which I told you beforehand: compulsions, shoe, selection, pleasure, measure. Okay, you have to read this word correctly. As I told you, I have some MTI issue. HR say, okay, have a seat. I was saying, oh my god. I given my introduction very well. HR asked two question, cross question. I also given the answer very well. But yeah, the assessment. the pronunciation, unfortunately I got rejected, because he said to me, you have to read this word out loud, and I have some MTI issue which I told you beforehand. Okay, so it was okay, let it be. So after my turn there were 3 to 4 candidates, they also speak normally, they also got rejected. What happened, HR they are going to select the candidate who have the experience of the same profile, in the sense customer service profile they have experience. In my batch they selected only 30 to 35 candidates, selected only 3 to 4 candidates and who have already experience of the customer service. And two were girl and two were boys. One boys was selected who had already worked with Amazon and who had 1.5 year experience, they got selected. And two girls were selected, they already worked as a customer service executive in another company. But I did not notice the people, the candidate who got selected as a fresher. Amazon selecting the candidate who have experience in customer service. On the other hand, if you have the very good command in English, your proficiency of English is very good, at the same time you can also got selected, but your proficiency of the English should be marvelous, because it is not a domestic process, it is international process. You have to you will be work with international client, you will resolve the international issues. Issue will be same, but you will be attend the international customer, so that kind of English proficiency HR demanding. Okay, so one thing if you have to notice, the conclusion of the videos is that if you are going to attend the interview, if you have the experience of customer service, that's well and good, but while speaking, while giving your introduction, your answer should be not that much long, not that much short, crisp, clear, point to point. Okay, the chances of the selection will be high. And the second thing is your pronunciation should be good. Okay, you don't have any MTI issue at, so so you can also get selected. HR they are not going to ask the rocket science of question. They are asked very simple, genuine question. Introduce yourself. Everyone introduce themselves, but they are asking the cross question. You have to. They are also checking your presence of mind. They are asking you mention your hobby. I love to play cricket. I love to do doing workout and reading books. What kinds of book you love to read? Last time, what kinds of book you read? What kinds of information you gather from this book? If you want to articulate any chapter, if you want to suggest any book, how you are gonna to prefer this book? That is a very simple question, because you already mentioned in your CV. It is your interest related question. That's why the HR going to ask you. Okay, if you have a confidence and your proficiency, literally guys, it is an international process. They are demanding very high level of English, not that much of English, but your proficiency, or the second is you don't have any MTI issue, then you can got selected. And I got rejected because of my assessment round. I successfully clear my introduction, but I unfortunately I got rejected because I have some MTI issue. Before leave for, HR said there's only I'm calling the name. The rest of the candidate leave for the day, and I'm calling the name. You have to wait for the second round. And unfortunately, I did not. There was he did not mention my name. I was okay. I got rejected. Not an issue. And before leaving the area or the venue, I asked a question to the HR. Sir, I know there's some MTI issue. If you want to give some feedback to me, so HR was in hurry. HR was noticing me. Okay, you want to take the feedback? I was saying yes sir, I'm very much eager to learn. I'm very much eager to improve myself. He passed a smile. He was saying okay, then you have to work your MTI issue, because I know you are from UP and Bihar people, they have some MTI issue, because you already uh, you had the such kinds of environment. If you are continuously practicing 10 to I would say 1.5 month, you will definitely speak well, and you will be not facing any MTI issue. Then I was saying okay, thank you so much sir, thank you so much from bottom of my whole heart. And have a great day, was saying most welcome. And that was my interview experience. One thing which you have to keep in mind, the six you know about the 16 principle of the Amazon. You have to read about the Amazon. If you're fresher, you don't need to, if you have fresher, you have to read it down. But while giving the answer, they are checking your English communication and your presence of mind. That's it, the main goal. presence of mind and how you're communicating that. So they are not going to check your knowledge, your general knowledge, your reasoning and all. That's it for the that's it for the today. I don't want the video will be so long already. It's a 16-minute video. If you want another video regarding Amazon interview, another interview, whenever I get time, so I just attend the interview for improve my communication, for improving my confidence and all. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and Radhe Radhe.